Welcome. I'm talking about rational exponents. Answer the question, why is there a fraction up there? And what do we do about it? Yes, fractions. Fractions are our friends. We're fine. Let's get into it. First, let's quick review. What is a... whoops, pencil's not working. What is a... And white is not a good color on a white background. What is a rational number? Well, it's a number that can be written as the ratio of two integers. Ratio is just another word for fraction. So we'll call it integer 1, and we'll use z, and integer 2 divided by. So an example would be 1 and 2. Another example would be negative 3 and 5. Another example could be negative 11 over 4. It can also be written as a decimal, 0.25, because this is essentially just 1/4. 0.6 repeating is 2/3. If you don't believe me, use a calculator and you'll see. So we can have a terminating decimal and a non-terminating repeating decimal or a fraction. Okay, you should know this. This is just a quick recap of what rational number is. So another quick recap. Numerator is the number on top of a fraction. Denominator is the number on the bottom. Okay. So adding, subtracting fractions, we need to review some of our fraction operations. When the denominator is the same, I have 7/13 plus 4/13. I just add straight across the top. I get 7 plus 4 over 13, which gives me 11 over 13. Here I have 9/11 minus 6/11. So subtraction, same thing. Denominators are the same. So I just subtract along the top. I get 9 minus 6 over 11, which is 3/11. Here, denominators not the same. Okay, so we have to find a common denominator, least common multiple, and that would be 6. So I multiply this by 2 over 2 to change the 3 into a 6. Whatever I multiply times the bottom, I also multiply times the top. So I get 2/6 plus 1/6. Now we have the same denominator, so we go back to what we did over here, and we just add across the top. 3/6, which is 1/2. I almost ran out of space there. Here I have 2/5 minus 1/4. I need a common denominator. The least common multiple between 5 and 4 is 20. So what do I have to do to 5 to turn it into 20? Multiply times 4. I did my 4 too close. Sorry. Multiply. And whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. Likewise, on the other side, I multiply it by 5. That gives me 8 over 20 minus 5 over 20. 8 minus 5 over 20 equals 3 over 20. Final answer. I went fast because this should be a recap. You should, if you're here on exponents, you should know how to operate with fractions. Multiplying fractions, even simpler. When we multiply fractions, we just multiply straight across. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. 5/12, straight across. 1/3 times 20 over 9 equals 20 over 27. And I'm done. Okay, now let's put it all together. So we have exponential expression here and here. We're multiplying them together, so we're going to use the product rule. Okay. And the bases of the b's are the same. 3 is just a coefficient, so the coefficient here is 1. That gives me 3 times b to the 1/2 plus 4/3. And now we need to combine these fractions. So these common multiple between 2 and 3 is going to be 6, which turns this into 3/6 plus 8/6. That gives me 3 times b raised to the 11 over 6 power. Final answer. So now we have the power rule, power to a power, which means we are going to be multiplying these exponents. Multiply the exponent of the base times the exponent of the entire exponential expression. So this is going to give me p to the 3 over 2 times -2, and I'll write that over 1, just so I'm very clear about what I see. So multiply straight across, gives me -6 over 2. Sorry, p to the negative 6 over 2. Simplify this fraction, gives me p to the negative 3. If you look back here, I have a 2 in the denominator for 3 halves, and I have a negative 2 in the numerator of 2 over 1. I can factor out the 2, and I'm left with a negative 1 over 1 times 3. 3 times negative 1 equals negative 3. So if this is in my exponent, same answer. So sometimes it's better to simplify your fractions first versus simplify them later. Now we have a decimal. I don't have a calculator handy, but you can always use a calculator. This is also power rule. Power to a power, sorry. For those of you who do calculus, you're screaming at me, it's not the power rule. Power rule's for integrals. But we're doing algebra now, so just suck it up. 81 is being raised to the 1 1/4 power. That's 1.25. And I have x to the 12 times 1 1/4 power. Let's write this. I prefer improper fractions, so I'm going to have 81 to the 5/4 times x to the 12th times 5 over 4. Let's call this 12 over 1. Let's simplify this. So I'm going to write this big up here. 12 equals 3 times 4. So I have 3 times 4 over 1 times 5 over 4. Well, I have a common factor in the numerator and the denominator. These can cancel each other out. So then I'm just left with 3 times 5. So I have 81 raised to the 5/4 power times x to the 15, right? Because this is 3 times 5. And this is our final answer. Now we're at the quotient rule. Pardon my terrible penmanship. 4x squared divided by 2x to the 1/2. So let's just tackle, what's 4 divided by 2? People, that's 2. Then we have x squared divided by x to the half is going to give me x to the 2 minus a half, right? Quotient rule means if the bases are the same, I take these exponents and I subtract them. Let's write it down here. That's 2 to the x. 2 over 1 is going to give me common denominator 4 over 2 minus 1 over 2. Make it a common denominator because the common factor between 1 and 2 is 2. Least common multiple. Sorry, not factor. Multiple. 4 minus 1 is 3 over 2. Final answer, right? So 4 over 2 minus 1 over 2 gives me 4 minus 1 over 2 gives me 3 halves. This is my exponent. That was it. I know it's fast. Went too fast. Slow it down. Pause. Rewind, etc. Rational numbers are expresses ratios of integers, right? Z1 over Z2, where Z1 and Z2 are integers, and Z2 does not equal 0. This is kind of important. They can be written as fractions. Decimals that terminate, meaning they stop. Example would be 0.25, 0.1, 0.03456. I stopped writing, so it terminates. Or decimals that repeat. 0.16 with a bar on top. 0.3 with a bar on top. This bar means the 6 goes on and on. Oops, sorry. Forever, okay? So your assignment is going to be, for those of you in my class, your assignment is going to be the rational exponent worksheet. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Hope this was helpful. Good luck.